Hey everyone, we are going to be playing fountain pen ink roulette today. I am going to be using a dip pen just to make this a little bit easier. I'm using a dice to select my inks, and I'm going to be writing the ink selections down in this book just in case the color turns out really great, and also so we can see a sample of the ink. So I'm going to be using the dice to select each row of ink. I don't have any shimmering inks in here. I do have some sheening ones, but those boxes on the very end are glitter potions, so I'm going to be adding a glitter potion at the end, and then we're going to see what the ink looks like. We're going to be using the dice to select our inks. They are in rows of 5, so I am going to be counting 1 as 0 and 6 as 5. We are going to eventually just select 2 bottles of the colored inks and then just 1 of the glitter potion. If there's less than 5 bottles of ink in a row, I'm just going to divide it between the numbers on the dice. So first one is 3, which actually means 2. And this one is Jelly Bean Blue by Ferris Wheel Press. So that's the first option. The second row is a mixture of inks. Oh, we've got 2 again. So this is a J.R. Bon. I'm not pronouncing that. So there's that one. And the third row is mostly ostrich ink. Okay, so it's Glen the Sea. And this is a sheening ink. So it's a mix of sheening and standard inks, but there's no shimmering inks because I want to add the glitter potion. So this is another sheening ink. This one is by Octopus Inks, Sea Serpent. Oh my gosh, I feel like this dice just wants to pick 2 today. So this is some random green mystery fountain pen ink I got on Amazon. I don't know the brand, it's just green. Oh, got 5. So this is Diamine Eclipse. It's a blue, maybe with a bit of purple in it. And now we're on to the glitter potions. Okay, so we're going to be maybe using Silver Shoes, but I also want to pick from the last row as well. Since it's on the lower end, we're going to go with this one, which is Brain. All right, so now we've got to get these down to only 2. So we'll roll the dice. There's 6 there, so we're going to go with 3. So we're definitely using Glen the Sea. Okay, so Glen the Sea and Sea Serpent, 2 shimmering inks. That should be really interesting. Now we're going to pick which glitter potion to use. All right, so we're going with Brain. So here are our inks we're going to use. I'm only going to do 1 drop of Brain because I don't want it to be too clogging. So how many drops of Sea Serpent are we going to use? We're going to use 2 Sea Serpent. Oh, so perfect. 2 Sea Serpent, 2 Glen by the Sea, and then 1 drop of this. Okay, so we have a recipe: 2 drops of Octopus Ink Sea Serpent, 2 drops of Ostrich Ink Glen the Sea, and then 1 glitter potion Brain by Wearingeul. So, fortunately I don't have too many small pipettes, so this will be interesting. Okay, so 1, 2. 1, 2, and then 1 of Brain. Just gonna shake that up a bit. Okay, that doesn't make much ink. And 1 drop of the brain. So it's not a huge sample. It looks kind of purpley. Hopefully I can get my ink in there, or my pen in there enough. So let's see. There's not really a name for this. We're just calling it Fountain Pen Roulette number 1. Okay, hopefully I can get it in there enough to get a sample. Okay, so it is a purpley color. Oh, almost dumped it. Okay, it's pretty. Yeah, it's very purple. Lots of goldy glitter. I'm going to show you guys when it dries under some light so you can see the shimmer. Here are the results of Fountain Pen Roulette Session 1. Ostrich ink Glen the Sea, so it wrote purple, but you'll see it's dried to green. The Octopus ink Sea Serpent, it's supposed to have an orangey, coppery sheen to it. It doesn't on this paper. This isn't really fountain pen friendly paper, so that's not showing up there. And then there's the Glitter Potion Brain. I'm not sure if brain is supposed to be just gold or rose gold, but it just looks gold to me. And then our sample, really pretty purple. I thought it was interesting that it's not showing any of the sheen. So it didn't dry to green like the ostrich ink, it just stayed purple. And I'm not really seeing any blue from the octopus ink or the orange sheen that's supposed to be in there. And of course the Wearingeul Glitter Potion is showing up really well. That's really pretty shimmer. There might be a touch of sheen in the letter samples in the word purple, but I'm not sure. So it wasn't a big enough sample for me to save and write with. I don't think I would write with it in the future, even though it is a really pretty color. But it was fun to experiment with, and I love, love, love that shimmer. I really like the Wearingeul Glitter Potions. I also wouldn't put this in a fountain pen either, just because when you're mixing inks, you don't know what's gonna happen, and you don't wanna ruin a nice pen. So I will stick with the dip pens for these samples. But overall, a pretty color, but I don't think I would make it again. And it is interesting that none of the sheening characters are showing up either, even though it is showing up in the Glen by the Sea.